friends, welcome back to the channel Heal, Lift, Rise. My name is Carla. Thank you all so very much for joining me here. Truly appreciate every single one of you, all of your love, support, and kindness to the channel. Of course, if you are new, welcome to the Heal, Lift, Rise community. Hope you'll become a part of this amazing, wonderful tribe that we are building, where we talk about all things healing, lifting our vibration, and rising to become the best version of ourselves. I'm on this journey with you, friends. So excited and very honored to be a part of your journey and you a part of mine. So thank you so much. Wanted to share today about trusting yourself and learning to cultivate more trust in your life. And, you know, the more we can trust ourselves, the more we trust others. And everything, as you know, is a reflection of our inner world, everything. And it truly does start within us. It starts within our mind and how we reprogram our mind to change our beliefs. And when we change our beliefs and change our conditioning, we actually change our energy. Everything gets changed. And that gets reflected out into our physical reality, like our environment, how we're interacting with the world, with other people. And I will say, the more you can learn to trust yourself, the more you will learn to trust others. And you will actually match people in your reality that also trust themselves and can too trust others. So, a big part of it is learning to cultivate reliance on your inner guidance, learning to trust what you receive, never second guessing yourself, never doubting yourself when you receive inner guidance and you have nudges towards certain things and certain places and people and such. When you learn to trust more and more internally, you will have that reflected outwards. And the trust, like I said, it comes from internally, and it's also a knowing. You don't know how to explain sometimes the things that you know inside of you. And sometimes it's so profound and so big that you just know, and there is nothing anybody can tell you otherwise. And I want you to keep trusting that, because your mind will tell you things all the time to almost get you trapped and to overthink and to overanalyze. But this isn't where you want to stay stuck, and this isn't where you want to reside in making decisions. You want to trust what you are receiving and trust your inner guidance. Trust how something feels. You know, energy speaks volumes. And as you know, and I'm sure you've had so many experiences where you can share that you've known something. You've known something about somebody. The moment you met them, or the moment that you walked into a room, you knew something based upon the energy that was being presented, based upon something that you were receiving internally. Okay, because that's how energy works, right? We are receiving and giving our energy. And we can receive something, and let's just say it wasn't it wasn't great. And we instantly know that something is off with an individual, or something is off with an environment. And you might feel, I don't feel great in this environment. I don't feel like I want to be here. I feel like I want to leave. Or I don't feel like this person's being genuine. I don't feel like this person, either, has good intentions towards me, or, is whatever. It's that guidance is internal, because it's sending you signals within, and you're either going to trust it or you're going to get in your mind and overanalyze what is being presented. And my suggestion is to really follow your inner guidance and follow what you receive, because when you do this, what's going to happen is you're building your internal trust. You're building trust within yourself. You're learning to trust what you're receiving, what you're getting. And it's almost this relationship that you're building with yourself, learning to trust yourself, learning to trust what you receive. And that's a huge part of, even self-care and self-love. And, how, like I've said before, it kind of all correlates and all comes together. So trust what you receive, trust your inner guidance of where you are being led and what is unfolding in your life, because it's easy to give up. It is so easy to give up, and it's easy to just, kind of throw in the towel in your life and say, I don't want to do this anymore, or I don't feel like this is worth it. But I'm going to tell you, it is worth it. And every challenge that we face, and every time it's seemingly hard, you're on your way to your highest and greatest path. You are on this journey, you're on the path. But, we're going to go through these challenges, we're going to go through these phases of our life where it's going to be hard, and we have to accept the fact that it's not always going to be comfortable, it's not always going to be easy. And that is life. Life is made up of the good and the bad, the yin, the yang, the up and the down. And we have to learn to, go with the ebb and flow of life, and understand that it's always okay to have moments and have times where it's hard and where we don't really see the clarity of what is being presented. So trust your inner guidance, trust your knowing, and trust yourself, and trust and have faith in what is, and understand that it does get better. It always does get better. We always go through these phases, and that's what it is. It's just a phase. I can honestly share, my little one's awake from her nap, but she didn't really take a long nap, so I'm going to give her a few minutes. But I'm going to share something personal with this. I have had moments where I have felt, and if you're a mother, you get it, like, it's so hard, right? It's hard. It feels like that. It feels that way, because it's almost like a grind. It's like a job. When you're taking care of a baby, taking care of an infant, and it can be overwhelming, and it can kind of consume you, especially when you're in your mind too much and you keep thinking it's hard. Understand and accept that, yes, it's challenging. Once you accept it, you can allow yourself to release from holding on to the thought in your head that it's hard and that it's overwhelming. Just accept it and let it go, and keep going, and keep reaffirming positive affirmations to yourself, and understanding that it does get better, it does get easier. And with, every progression that your baby has and every phase your baby goes through, it's getting better. It's always getting better. I've had moments, like I said, where I've been totally consumed in it's hard, it's tough, blah, 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 and, I've had to learn to pick myself up and understand that it is okay, accept it, move on, let it go, let that story go, because the more I keep holding on to it and the thought of it's hard, it's going to continue to keep being hard in my reality. So I had to change my thought around what I was experiencing and understand that it is, accept it, let it go, and start reaffirming how wonderful this is and how grateful I am to be experiencing you know, having another baby and, you know, this amazing journey that we've been on together. It's not always going to be easy. And once you accept that it's not easy, once you accept the uncomfortable, life transforms so much differently and actually better because you're accepting of it, vice resisting it, fighting it, and reaffirming, you know, the negative in a sense. So it's a choice point. We always get to choose. We get to choose our reality based upon what we are creating in our mind. And whatever we create in our mind is a reflection of our reality. So if we're going to choose fear, we're going to experience fear. If we're going to choose love, we're going to experience love and more love. If we are conditioning ourselves to believe in like, you know, everything's hard, we're going to experience it being hard. If we keep thinking we have to do and do and do and do, we're going to experience a reality where there's so much to do. So everything starts within your mind. And if you change the way that you are perceiving your reality and you're changing it to what you want to experience, you will have that experience. But again, you have to be consistent and you got to keep choosing. You always have a choice. So you have to choose what you want to experience. It's kind of the same thing with like whatever you're creating in your life, like with projects and things like that. You have a choice of what you want and what you want to create. You might not see the results right away of what you are wanting and what you're intending for yourself, but don't be so focused on the results. Be focused on the creative project. Be focused on the feeling you get when you create, and how wonderful it feels to create things and to share your stories, your guidance, your wisdom, share your artwork, your song, your voice, your music, your passions, and, you know, kind of like get caught in the feeling of how it makes you feel, the joy, you know, all of that. Don't get caught up in your mind, and don't think it has to be a certain way. Don't think the outcome needs to be like this. If we can learn to trust ourselves more, and trust that the universe actually knows what it's doing, we'll end up seeing the results that we wanted, but it's actually going to be more than what we wanted. It'll be even better than we ever thought. And I think that's a testament to the universe showing you, don't get caught up in thought. Get caught up in being. Get caught up in, you know, flowing with life and following your joy, your passions, and watch how when you do that, it's going to be reflected in your reality. It's going to be reflected in your creations. And you know, I think we're always being tested to trust the universe more, keep trusting and cultivating more trust. We're going to have times where it's going to be really hard and it's going to be challenging. And, you know, you could kind of say our boats of life are going to be rocked. But how much trust and faith you have in the universe, and how much trust and faith you have in yourself and in others is going to dictate your reality too. So learn to have more faith and more trust, because everything is happening for you in divine timing, in the timing that's best for you. And you might be in a season of life where you're still learning some lessons. And I think we're always learning lessons, don't get me wrong, but there could be a season where there's just a lot that has to be learned, or there's something specific you have to learn, have to release in order to go on to the next and be presented with something else. Again, it's always a choice point. We're always making choices and having to choose the direction of where we are wanting to head in. And sometimes that requires us to release certain things, people, environments, for our highest good. Sometimes those things are just, you know, naturally faded out of our life, and we just have to keep trusting keep trusting the universe. And it's going to get, sometimes it's going to get more challenging, but with every challenge, the more you can cultivate faith within yourself and the universe and understand that the universe's plan is greater than your mind could ever conceive, you will understand and see the power of, you know, creation and the universe, and how everything orchestrates itself for you, and it's always for the betterment of you. You just gotta let go of control, let go of, it has to be like this, I have to feel like this all the time, everything has to be amazing. It's not always going to be like that. So just ride the waves. When it's good, enjoy it so much, you know, soak it all in. And, you know, when it's not so good, then allow yourself to be graceful with yourself. Allow yourself to, you know, take it as an opportunity to learn something, to embrace what is being presented, what you're feeling. Feel your feelings. Feel your feelings and witness thought. And you'll understand that as you kind of go through this process, you will see life in such a different way. Things will seemingly change, and you'll understand you didn't put no thought into it, because thought is not required. It's a matter of just choosing and choosing, not allowing yourself to be run by the thoughts that come through, but allow yourself to choose what you want to think about, choose what you want to create, and choose what you want to focus on, because it's always a choice. We just got to be conscious enough and aware and more aware to choose better for ourselves, whatever that means. Making better choices and learning to trust in those choices, trust in what we are choosing. So I feel like somebody needed to hear this out there, you know, and I hope in some way it helped you, uplifted you. And I want you to know, if you're going through a really rough time right now, I want you to trust in the universe and trust in God, whatever you call God, and know that your life is being guided for your highest and greatest good, and it's going to get better. I promise you it's going to get better. I promise it will. You have to have trust. You're being tested at this time, so have faith and have trust, because it does get better. I love you all so much. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. And find something to be grateful for in this moment, right here and right now. I love you guys. Until next time, take very good care. Bye.